I grew up with books all around the house, and that continues on to today. From my own bookshelf, with everything from philosophy, sci-fi, got my album collection, comics, outdoor books, plays and poems, classics, the Redwall series. These books are to be donated. And the extra bedroom has some books in it, and my brother's room has books in it. Where the water heater used to be has books in it. The coffee table has books on it and under it. The small bookshelf in the living room has books in it, as well as this larger bookshelf in the living room. And more importantly, for what I'm going to talk about today, this massive book. That book is a 3,210 page book, the Webster's New International Dictionary, second edition. Most of it comes from the 1934 edition, but I believe this book was printed in 1945. I always loved looking through this dictionary when I was younger because there's a ton of words that we either don't use anymore today or they mean something entirely different than what they did when this book was first published. There are words that don't really have any more meaning today in society because they were associated with a political act from back then, such as a non-quota immigrant. For words like nice, they include some of the obsolete definitions such as foolish or silly, but you don't get to the main definition that we consider today until definition number 9, pleasing, agreeable, appetizing, delightful, good, kind, considerate, or the like, as in a nice day. Pages like the Coins of the World page are completely out of date now because most of these countries that are in Europe use the euro. One thing I think is super interesting about this book is looking in the new words section. So these are words that will have been added between the 1934, I think it was, publishing date, and then the date when the new words were added, which would have been 1945. You get words like acrylic or plastic, actinomycin, aerosol, allele, allergy, barbiturate, bobby pin, bulldozer, celiac disease, androgen, estrogen, fiberglass, the metro, microfilm, microwave, monoculture, muggles, which apparently used to be slang for marijuana, Pakistan, which at the time was only a proposed confederation, penicillin, polystyrene, postdoctoral, prop as an abbreviation for propeller, rest mass, which is something to do with relativity, the Rorschach test, sabotage, sharecropper, Social Security Act, a stooge, telecast, testosterone, Tommy gun, touch football, virology, wacky, Welsh corgi, zoot suit, military words like anti-aircraft, anti-tank, bazooka, blitzkrieg, blockbuster, commando, concentration camp, counterintelligence, decontaminate, dive bomber, hammer and sickle, handy-talkie, a walkie-talkie that was unique because it weighed only 5 pounds. K-ration, Molotov cocktail, selective service system, also known as the draft, test pilot, Third Reich. I think that the way new words come about and the way that languages evolve to suit the needs of the society is something that's really interesting and a really cool process to see happen. And I know that they release like the new words that are going in, I don't remember if it's Oxford's or Webster's dictionary each year, and it's usually something with technology, new technology that's come about or a new discovery that was made, or new slang that often today comes from the internet. It's more of a text-based versus a verbal shift. It's kind of weird to think now that all of the English language could be shoved into a single book that somebody would actually have in their house. Because, I mean, in 1945, it was 3,210 pages, but it's been nearly 60 years since this book was published. And you can think about the technological advances since the end of World War II to today and how much language has changed and been influenced by the changing society, then, I mean, it makes sense that you wouldn't really want to have a book like this in your house, nor would it be very, very useful. And the internet. As you probably guessed, I love books and the fact that they can connect you with places and times that aren't here and now, but they can also connect you to ideas that aren't here and now or from the people that are specifically living around you. Moral of the story is that you should go read a book. I'll see you tomorrow.